The Honourable Clayton.
Mr Speaker, I join with other members excuse me, in support of this bill, and it shows, Sir, what a quality process in respect of consultation, a quality process in terms of consultation with community groups and stakeholders, and as other colleagues have said, a quality ministerial process where other legislators from other parliaments are brought into it, and the outcome is we have a high quality bill in front of us. And as others have said, this will provide, as the previous speaker said, will provide certainty. A long time coming, but certainty for those victims of the earthquake. And as other speakers have said, what could be worse and more nightmarish than knowing that your property is somehow moved, and as I think my colleague Ruth Dyson pointed out, you may well have built over somebody's boundary. So, but it does highlight another point, if I can make this, and it's interesting that Mr Ducey rose to speak to this piece of legislation. This is an important, vitally important piece of legislation for a large number of our citizenry. And we stand here tonight and we are taking short calls to rattle this through because we want to get it through. It's had a pretty efficient gestation period. We want to get it through so that we can provide some measure of comfort and do what we should do as legislators and pass laws and rules that assist people. I just, in all seriousness, contrast that, sir, with the amount of silliness and time wasting that's occurred over a couple of private members' bills. One, Nook the Bagman Karako and the Bagman's Apprentice, who just spoke, Matt Ducey. Yes, we can have a bit of fun and frivolity in this parliament, sir. That's part of the nature of being a legislator. But to waste hundreds of thousands of dollars, sir, and time on silly and stupid pieces of legislation, when we have where we have bills, sir, where we have bills like this, which are vitally important, and sir, and I see the Speaker acknowledging the importance of it, vitally important, sir, and a need to expedite those vitally important bills through the House. That's actually what we're here to do. We can, have a laugh and a joke and a bit of a leg pull, that's true, but actually when you look at the seriousness and the duties that we are charged with as legislators, you've got to contrast this good process, good ministerial process, quality outcome, a bill that will practically help thousands of people in a province which was almost destroyed, with a couple of jokers who, are wasting parliamentary time, taxpayers' money, with silly, stupid pieces of legislation. Silly, stupid pieces of legislation, and one of the sort of jokers that's been pulled out of the pack and woken up sitting down the back of the House now, sir. So I say to those two gentlemen, OK, comedy hour's over. Maybe they should think again. There is, I think, understanding ought to see the ability to withdraw legislation in some way, shape or form. And maybe this is quite a good example. I say this to the colleagues on the other side of the House because they have acted very, very responsibly in relation to this. This is an example of what we're actually here to do. We're actually here to help people, to empower people, to help those in the worst possible circumstances. And this is a highly technical piece of legislation. It affects fundamentally people's property rights. And this is what we should be here for, not acting like sort of, the comedy hour that some actors in this House have conducted themselves with over the last couple of weeks. I support the bill, sir.
Joanne Hayes.